Hello.
Hello, hi Stella.
Hi.
Hi, this is an interview for Ibero 90.9, which is a college radio station in Mexico. How are you?
All right.
You're in a...
Nice. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to ask you that you were in Mexico about 3 years ago, and you guys played in a very small and intimate place. Now you're coming back with a new record, and you're playing in a bigger venue. So, compared to what you experienced last time, do you have any expectations now?
I don't know, actually, because I didn't even know. I mean, you kind of read where you're playing, but you can't get any. I don't have any context. I don't know that it's a bigger venue or how big it is or where it is or anything like that. It's all kind of pretty anonymous until you get there for sound check, and then you realize what you're dealing with. So yeah, kind of blissful ignorance at this point.
Yeah, don't worry, it's not that bigger.
No, I'm not scared. Bigger is good.
Yeah, your audience has grown since 3 years ago, so that's good, I guess. The band turned 10 years old, actually, and I feel like during that time, they had many transitions. I mean, you joined the band, so how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the journey of a group of people over a 10-year period. You know, there's so many changes happen, and people kind of float in and out of the story and out of the film. And right now, it's just the four of us, and it just feels like we've been on a non-stop train for the last 4 years. So it's hard to get some perspective on it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't feel like that much time has passed, right?
No, I mean, yeah, it's all kind of relative. It's like with anything, if you have a moment where you reflect on what's happened, if you're talking about something and you realize that it happened a year ago, and you have a moment where you kind of freak out and go, oh my God, I can't believe it's been a year, or it feels like it's been no time at all. I think it's all that kind of stuff is really relative, and I think it happens to everyone, but it's maybe a little more accelerated.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying.
When you're in a band, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And regarding Warpaint's music, I think it's kind of hard to label you guys in just one genre. I mean, you have songs that can go from psychedelic rock to more easier and acoustic stuff. And right now you're actually releasing a couple of remixes with musicians like LP and Richard Norris. So do you like being labeled, or do you like being more open?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone really likes to be labelled at all. I don't think that there's I don't think there's a benefit to that necessarily, as opposed to just being able to do whatever you want. And we've always had that kind of philosophy that if we feel like doing something, then we'll just do it. And yeah, I think when it's just exciting when more interesting people that you're a fan of want to collaborate with you and want to explore things together.
Yeah. Is there a special musician you'd like to collaborate with sometime in the future?
I think there's lots of people that we would all love to collaborate with. I mean, it's bands that you love. Sometimes you think, oh, I'd love to make music with them, but it would probably be like an absolute clusterfuck.
Why?
So I think it's difficult to know who you would collaborate well with, because you can enjoy someone's music, but if you got together and tried to make a track, it might be horrible.
Do you really think so?
No one really knows what to do, you know. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. We've have done a lot more of that recently, and we've been lucky that it's been really good. So, yeah, we're open to all possibilities.
Do you have any ideal musician that, I mean, in a platonic scene, it might be alive or dead, that you'd say, I would love to collaborate with this musician?
I think it'd be great. I'd love to work with Brian Eno one day, just more as a musician even than a producer, just to kind of hang out with him for a day and see how he approaches making music in different situations. That would be really, really fascinating.
Yeah, Brian Eno would be fantastic. He's a great musician. And I actually think it would really bond well with your music. His music is really... I think it would really sound well with a Warpaint song. That's a really good answer.
It would be really interesting, you know, maybe one day in the future. But I'm just a huge fan of his, and sometimes you just want to get inside someone's mind, and he's definitely one of those characters.
Well, let's hope that in the future you can actually work with him. That would be fantastic. Speaking about collaborations, there's going to be a documentary of Warpaint, right? And I just want to know, what was it like working in the new album while a director, Chris Cunningham, was filming the whole process?
It was really easy because he wasn't really filming the whole process, and it was just kind of natural because he was often there just hanging out, and so it definitely felt very fly on the wall, and it was never intrusive, like, okay, we have to stage this part or something. It's just really nice that we have this catalogue and this memory of a time when we were, you know, doing something really different with each other, and having an experience that you would otherwise kind of forget if someone wasn't filming it. So it's kind of like a holiday video that your parents show you when you go home and visit your parents, and you see yourself as a baby, or you see yourself on a holiday or something. And I think we're just all really grateful that there's some creative document of what we did in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I actually read that he didn't always have like a professional camera or anything. He could just like shoot you guys with his cell phone.
He was doing a lot of stuff, and he still is doing a lot of stuff with his iPhone. It's a lot cooler, you know, because if you have like a film crew and lights and all that kind of stuff, it feels like it has a different energy. But you know, when your friend is doing something stupid and you pull out, you know, an iPhone and start filming them, it just seems like the more natural kind of experience of documenting something these days.
Yeah, actually, I think that it feels a lot more honest when it's done that way. And I saw the preview that you guys released with the song Love Is to Die. And I think it's going to be a pretty interesting documentary. I'm looking forward to seeing that. The honesty thing about being natural and stuff, what I also liked was during the new album, when you have like these transitions between songs, and you can actually hear the recordings of you guys saying like, okay, I'm ready, or whatever, you know, like the speaking between the recordings. I really like that. That was a really good touch for the music, I feel.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I think we're the kind of band that you know, not like, we don't want to be over consciously real or organic to the point where it becomes like something that we feel like we have to do, or some kind of responsibility. But when you're listening back to music in the studio, you often have like this top and a tail of like people talking, or people clapping, or people counting in, or anything like that, and usually it just gets shaved off. But the amount that we got so used to the way that we were listening to things, like the intros of things and the way that we talked at the end and stuff like that, that it just felt really, really kind of silly and contrived to take that stuff out, because to us it was part of the song in a way.
Yeah, the thing I like most about you guys is that there's a really good relationship between you, I think, and that kind of like honesty that you showed in your recordings and when you play live, for example, I think that also shows. Last year, I remember in your concert, it was Emily's birthday, right? And you guys brought her a cake to stage and all. That was really interesting, I thought. You know, you have like very different dynamics from other groups, and I like that in a way. And well, yeah, now I'd like to talk about your collaboration with Calvin Klein. I really like that commercial, and I just thought how you felt, you know, because you're kind of transitioning from doing just music to videos, and I think that's really interesting with your documentary and now with commercials. Do you plan on doing more commercials, or how do you feel doing that?
I think when something comes along and it just feels like it's appropriate and it's not gonna compromise the way that you see yourself or the way that you want to be seen and your integrity, then it's really exciting to do different things in different formats, because just playing music kind of gets one-dimensional sometimes. And I think I think we live in a very multimedia kind of culture now, and people are just people are more, I think, willing to accept an artist doing things across different mediums and different dimensions and stuff, and I think that's what keeps it interesting, not just for fans but also for a band, is to be able to explore different avenues of expressing yourself.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We get to see you guys from different perspectives and in different kind of areas, actually. Like, for example, I don't know if you ever see this, but you know how Teresa has a couple of movies out there where she's an actress in some roles. That's pretty interesting, too. I mean, would you ever like to do a film?
Yeah, I think all of us are, like, really open to the things that come up, and we're really fortunate in the fact that that, you know, interesting, exciting opportunities are kind of placed at our feet sometimes, and I think you know, we know whether it's the right thing to do or not, but basically we're just like, I feel like we're really fortunate humans that get to express ourselves in really exciting different ways all the time.
Yeah, so I mean, if an acting role came in your way, you'd definitely take it, right?
If it was appropriate, I would definitely take it. I wouldn't just take anything, you know. If I felt like I could learn something from it and it would be fun and exciting, then definitely, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really interesting to see you do something like that. I mean, do you have any specific genre or any movies that you prefer to work on?
No, I don't think so. I think it's one of those things where you get surprised by an offer, you know. So somebody's making a movie and they just think that you might be appropriate for it. I think that's generally how things like that happen. You don't really, like, seek it out necessarily.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, as long as you can learn from it and have fun,
yeah,
that's the whole point.
Totally.
Yeah, and I actually really like that how Warpaint has expanded throughout the years. Like I told you, you're coming again with a new record, a bigger venue, a bigger fan base, I would say, and this whole expression of other media. I think that's a fantastic opportunity for you guys, and well, I really look forward to what's coming for the band. What do you think? Where do you guys see yourselves in the future?
I think there's a lot of things that we want to explore and a lot of music that we want to make, and also, you know, there's so many opportunities to, like, score films and make music just outside of the normal album format. And I think the future is bright. It just really depends on, you know, if you put out a good intention, then things, I think, come back to you. And if you want to be creative, then that you'll always have something to some vehicle to express yourself. And I think that's just an exciting way to move.
Yeah, I think you're actually heading that way too. I really love all of your work. Actually, I consider myself a huge fan, and all the creative things that are around you are fantastic, and I really want to congratulate you for your music. And I look forward to your concert in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
so we're really excited.
Oh yeah, of course. Unfortunately, we're running out of time now, but it was really fun talking to you, Stella. Thank you very much for this
My pleasure.
interview.
Thanks so much.
And we'll be seeing you in a month.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Cheers. Bye.